Good Wednesday morning. I'm meteorologist Jeff Gerber. Next 15 minutes, we're going to be letting you know what we're looking at as far as weather for today, the next 7 days. Also, we'll be checking out the latest in the tropics, Hurricane Aaron, and also a couple of other things that the Hurricane Center is watching out in the Atlantic. One, I'm not too concerned about. The other one, it's kind of up in the air as far as where it's going to go and the track it's going to take as we go through the next week or two here in the Gulf of Mexico, Gulf of America, I should say, whichever you prefer. I'm just going to say the Gulf, I think. I'm trying to say the Gulf. I'm so used to saying Gulf of Mexico. It's hard for me to say Gulf of America. So typically I just try to say the Gulf. Anyway, our rest of the day forecast, we're calling for about a 50% coverage of some scattered showers and thunderstorms as we head towards late this afternoon, going into this evening. This afternoon, heading out to lunch, no problems out there. And there's nothing on radar right now, and you'll be fine. It's just a little hot. Temperatures getting up into the lower 90s, and we'll see a small chance of some rain through the middle part of the afternoon, and that ramps up to about 50% as we head into your evening, especially early evening. And then by 10 o'clock, I think most of the activity should be dying down, and we'll see temperatures down around 80 degrees going into the late evening hours. Overnight, maybe a couple of showers as we drop back into the 70s. Allergy report, not too far from yesterday, still low on weed, nothing to talk about tree and grass, and then mold is up a little bit at medium for today at 10,529. As we check outside, first thing to show you is traffic. There's traffic over in the orange area, and this is not a stuck camera. This is literally a parking lot over there in orange. There's not much going on as far as the traffic is trying to get over into Louisiana. So if you're heading out lunchtime trying to run over towards Lake Charles or over into Orange, you might run into a long line of traffic there. So be aware of that. I've been watching that camera here the last half an hour or so, and I guess it's the construction going over the bridge there into Louisiana or somewhere around in there, and the traffic is just parked there over in orange, so be aware of that. Looking downtown, this is our Pack of the Prey camera, mostly sunny skies out there. We're at 90 downtown on our Roofing 911 live Skycam network, and then we'll switch over here to our 12 News studio. We have a few clouds out there. Looks like traffic though is going pretty smoothly on I-10 through the Beaumont area here for right now. Beaumont down over towards I should say over towards Vider, looks like going pretty smoothly. No backups there for this morning. This camera brought to you by Mid-County Plumbing on our Roofing 911 live Skycam network. And just partly cloudy skies. Had a little bit thicker clouds up towards Jasper earlier this morning thanks to a little bit of a shower thunderstorm that was working through that area, but it didn't last for long. And now the radar is dry. And I'll show you that here in a minute. Let's look at a couple of other sky cams. Lake Charles, our Roofing 911 live Skycam network showing the port of Lake Charles. They have some partly cloudy skies over there. Water sure looks nice over in the Lake Charles area off the port of Lake Charles there. And looks like pretty dry over there as well. Like I said, we're waiting for these temperatures to reach to the lower to middle 90s. And a lot of times we'll call that a convective temperature. It's a certain temperature that the atmosphere gets to that leads to showers and thunderstorms. It gets to a certain point where things just start to pop, and you'll see clouds starting to build up, and we'll end up seeing showers and thunderstorms. And usually you get into the middle 90s there, you can get some pretty strong thunderstorms with a lot of lightning, some gusty winds, some pretty heavy downpours. Up in Jasper, same type of conditions. This is camera brought to you by Provalis, part of the Roofing 911 live Skycam network, and dry conditions up in Jasper. Like I said, we had a shower kind of go through earlier this morning. I'll show you that on radar here, but it looked like a little bit stronger heading over towards Toledo Bend. When the thunderstorm went over Toledo Bend, it was producing some lightning, and then it died down a little bit as it's made its way over into Newton and Jasper counties, extreme northern end there. And not seeing too much over towards Jasper right now. Just a few cars out there on the roadways. And we finally have our camera back up in Port Arthur. For a while this camera was down. Now it's back up going again. And this camera is brought to you by Market Basket. Currently showing 83 degrees in Port Arthur. Humidity at 92%. And we're seeing a little bit of a southwesterly wind at about say 10 to 15 miles per hour down there in Port Arthur. Clouds are building up a little bit more down there, of course, as you can see. where we had some mostly clear skies here around Beaumont. You get down a little bit closer to the coast. Some of that moisture already leading to some clouds building up down there. Could see maybe a couple isolated showers later on this afternoon down towards Port Arthur, but we're really looking over towards our north and east for showers and thunderstorms to move in there. And the reason why I've been kind of stalling is because I wanted the cameras to get back around to this shot. This is a live shot over in Orange, and you can see not only is the interstate just a parking lot, so is the feeder road. Nobody's going anywhere. I don't see a car moving out there, so just be aware if you're trying to get over to Louisiana taking I-10, it is bumper to bumper right there. All right, Horseman's Western Store currently 91, humidity 65%, a northeasterly wind at 8. All right, like I said, I was kind of stalling out waiting for that camera to get back up and just to take a look at it. We're already seeing some 90s out there, 90 in Jasper, 91 in Kirbyville, 90 in Orange, and then 91 in Port Arthur, and we'll probably the next 20 minutes or so probably hit 90 in Beaumont and Silsbee as well. Expecting another say 4 or 5 degrees added to these numbers, and that'll be our afternoon highs. You add in the humidity, heat index going to be up there today, probably 106, 107. So take care before the rain kicks in. You'll need to have to stay hydrated and make sure you take lots of breaks. Across the state, we've been seeing showers and thunderstorms this morning up towards the Red River Valley. You can see a line of some showers and thunderstorms kind of working their way southward. There's the showers and thunderstorms I was talking about that came into Jasper earlier this morning, or at least that one shower came in, and then it died down pretty quickly. Out in the Gulf, we don't have too much going on, just a few showers there. But we'll be tracking these through the afternoon, see how far south they go before they die down. As we look around the rest of the country, out in the west, once again, very quiet. Intermountain West and also out towards the west coast. No problems there. Midwest looking pretty quiet as well. We only have these showers down here towards Texas. And then we're seeing some rain up through parts of New England. And then there's Aaron. Aaron looks very impressive on the satellite. You can see the eye there as it works its way towards the north. Let me give you the latest on Aaron. Right now it's moving to the north at 13, so it stopped that northwesterly movement. It's going north, and eventually it's going to move to the northeast so it doesn't reach the east coast. Winds are at 110. Earlier this morning we were at 105, so it has strengthened somewhat, looking a little bit more like a hurricane than earlier today. Earlier today was a little bit more ragged. Right now it's 545 miles west-southwest of Bermuda, and it's going to be, I'm not sure how many miles off the east coast, but enough to give them some really high surf, some rip tides. But hurricane force winds extend out to about 100 miles from the center. And then what they call tropical storm force winds, which are from 39 all the way up to hurricane force, extend out over 200 miles from the center. So it's a big hurricane as far as just the winds are concerned. But the hurricane force winds will not be reaching the east coast. They will stay near the center. It's going to be more than 100 miles off the east coast. But like I said, all they're going to be worried about mainly is just those high surfs and maybe some coastal flooding with those big waves. Here's the track, and it shoots it right up well off towards the north and east as we get into the weekend and into early next week. So it's not going to stick around long. It's going to quickly move once it gets on that northeasterly track. We have a couple other things going on out in the Atlantic. One is this little disturbance here. Doesn't look too healthy. They're still saying about a 60% chance of some development. It looks like this one's going to kind of take that same track that Aaron did as far as staying out in the Atlantic, missing the Caribbean, and just kind of coming up in that direction. So not too concerned about that. Then we have another one that's coming off the coast of Africa. They've upped their chances of development to 40% now. It looks a little bit more healthy as far as trying to get organized. Now this one's way out there, and this one's a little bit iffy on where the track's going to be. Some of the computer models trying to take it a little bit closer towards the U.S. as we head towards about a week or a little over a week out or so. So we'll have to wait and see as this one moves across the Atlantic what it looks like it's going to do. Maybe clip the Caribbean, go through the Caribbean. Too far out really to tell at this point. But something we'll be watching and we'll keep you updated on as far as this secondary one. I'm not too concerned about the first one. That's the secondary one that we'll have to be watching as we go through the next several days. Here's radar right now. Everything's quiet. Don't have anything to worry about as far as any rain. That could change late this afternoon going into this evening with a chance of some showers and thunderstorms. Once again, I'm going to show you radar. This is radar now. Then I'm going to show you the radar over the last about 3 hours or so. And you can see that showers that kind of moved into northern parts of Newton and Jasper, and then they just died very quickly. So they didn't stick around for long at all. And we had a little bit of a line coming through parts of Beauregard Parish over there, and they died down as well. So it's quiet right now. As we look at futurecasts, middle 90s for the afternoon. Like I said, that heat index around 105, 107 for today. And notice 3:30 still pretty quiet, but then as we get towards 5, 6, 7 o'clock, then we start to see things activate across the area. Good, say 50% coverage of scattered showers and thunderstorms possible this evening. This computer model keeps them around till 10 o'clock. I don't know if they'll stick around that long, but they'll stick around for a good portion of the evening and then die down once the sun goes down. And then we'll see 70s return for tomorrow morning. Could put in a couple of showers for the overnight hours. We'll go about 30%, but nothing too widespread overnight. Tomorrow, even though the computer model doesn't show much of it, I think what we're seeing to our north will eventually make its way down south as we get into the afternoon. So we'll go about a 60% chance of rain tomorrow through the day with temperatures back up into the 90s. Here's our coastal marine forecast for today. High tide at 11:52 this morning, so that's coming up here fairly quickly in about 10 minutes or so. That'll be the last one for today. North wind this morning, a little bit more of a southwesterly wind of 5 to 10 knots, so seas about a foot for this afternoon along the coast. Mostly smooth on the inland lakes and bays. Can't rule out some showers and thunderstorms late today. Our sunsets tonight's about 7:52, so that's getting earlier. And our Texas Point conditions right now, north winds at 6, 7 miles per hour. Water temperature there close to 90 at 89. So we'll go 50% today, and that's going to be late today into this evening. We'll see if it pans out. Some days it does, some days it doesn't. Temperatures are going to be into the middle 90s, around 95 to 96, and we'll see north winds at about 3 to 8 miles per hour. Tonight we'll go mostly cloudy. Temperatures are going to be back into the middle to lower 70s. Calm conditions as far as the winds are concerned. A couple of showers possible around as we head into looks like Thursday morning. Thursday, rain chances 60%, then 40% for Friday. Once again, this front, for lack of a better term, is going to be coming into the area, this little disturbance, and that will keep those rain chances in for Friday. But if it makes it to the coast, that means some drier air comes in behind it, not necessarily cooler, but drier air, and that should allow our morning lows to drop. If you look Saturday and Sunday, we've got 72 here in the triangle. That could bring in maybe some upper 60s for the lakes area with lower humidity. That could be a couple of very nice mornings for you folks, say north of Lumberton, with some upper 60s and some low humidities. Not too bad. Now it's going to be hot in the afternoons, 94, 95, but a little less humidity, so the heat index not quite that high over the weekend. And we can't rule out a couple of showers here and there for Saturday and Sunday. Going into Monday and Tuesday, also about a 20% chance. A couple of showers here and there. Won't be too widespread, but a couple of isolated showers. That's about it, with temperatures still into the lower 90s. Quickly, I want to show you a phone number, 409-749-9302. That is our weather impact phone line, and you can text us a message there anytime you want to, and we'll check it and try to get back to you as fast as we can. We don't accept phone calls on this line, and this line is not one of those lines where you call and well, you can hear the forecast. It's just only phone is for people who want to text us and ask a question. You won't hear a recording with a forecast or anything like that. It's basically a phone that you can ask a question on, text us a question on, and we'll try to answer you back as quick as we can. And the deeper we get in